Hello, everyone. Welcome to Heart Centered Tarot. As always, my name is Marina, and I will be your guide for this portion of the journey. So, I thought that I'd come on, given we've had two very exciting bits of news today. So, I'm actually going to be putting out not one, but two videos. Yay! The first one is going to be on the Court of International Trade has come down with the ruling, and they said, Donald, nay, nay, you can't impose tariffs on the world. Nay, nay. So I thought we would take a look at that. Now, the decision, I think, came down earlier today, and it was a a panel of three judges. Let me rephrase that. And it was, yes, the Court of International Trade. And they basically ruled that the emergency law invoked by the White House does not give the president unilateral authority to just um, impose tariffs on every country in the world, everyone that he wants. Um, they failed to meet the standard, and of course, I think that's the law that goes back to 1700 something. But anyway, and the U.S. would have to be at war in order to impose that. Saying that you're at war with the trade deficit, that's really not. And I don't think that that is what the law was intended for when it was originally set up. So yeah, you can't declare it. It's like Don Quixote declaring a war against windmills. It doesn't work. Um, well, very quickly after the court came down with the ruling, White House said that they are going to appeal, and they immediately launched an appeal. And what was interesting, and I'm going to read this because I want to make sure that I get it right. The Kush Desai, who is a White House deputy press secretary, said, and I quote, "It is not for unelected judges to decide how to properly address a national emergency." That kind of struck me because it's kind of it pokes fun at the three judge panel. It tries to minimize them because it refers to they were unelected judges. Um, I don't remember how many people voted for Pam Bondi to um, to have her position. Um, I also don't remember how many people voted for the judge down in Florida. Remember, she was the friend of Trump's. Her name escapes me at the moment. I don't remember her being elected, as well as any of the Trump appointed judges. I don't remember them being elected. And, to be fair, um, the judges appointed by Biden were not elected. So the fact that Kush Desai would come out and use those words, unelected judges, um, it really is very demeaning. It's a very demeaning comment. So, um, now the other thing to remember is as soon as this news came out, markets reacted positively to the news. So clearly, people are paying attention, people are watching. So I thought that I would take a quick look because you know that it's only a matter of time before somebody starts to rage tweet. or is it Rage X now? I can't remember. So the one of the questions that I have that I wanted to take a look at was, given this order, will the White House defy it? Will the White House say, no, sorry, not listening to it. We don't have to pay attention to anything that you want because you weren't elected. So how is that going to go for the White House? Will they defy this order? We start off with the Ace of Cups. A lot of emotion, and it's caused by the Ace of Pentacles. Okay, well, two aces coming out. So yes, this is something that that the current administration wants to use as a way to not only to punish whoever they perceive as enemies, but also to grift off of it, right? To we're going to these two cards really, we're gonna make you pay, whether you like it or not. We're gonna make you pay. So, is the administration going to defy? What do I have at the bottom? We've got the seven of Pentacles. This is, kind of reaping what you sow, looking at, what you're putting out there. That's what you're going to get back. Okay. So I'm going to lay out some cards, and I'm going to do it in the David Tarot by the Bay and Gary Twin Tarot pattern that they use. Because you know what? I kind of like it. Okay. So what have they done in the past? Well, the King of Pentacles. Yes, I am the king. I will make the rules. I will decide how everyone's going to live. I will decide what your values are and what you're going to do. So yeah, I'm head honcho. I make the rules. Okay. The current situation is the Three of Wands. You know what? What you put out is coming back, right? Everything that you have put out there, good, bad, or indifferent, it is being returned to you. I like the fact that it's a 3 because it was the 3 judges. And I like that it almost feels like, karma coming back to get you. Okay. So the overarching enemy, yes. Overarching energy, it's a Freudian slip, right? Is the Strength card. I think that these 3 judges know the law. They know how to apply the law, whether they have been elected or not. That's not their forte. Their forte is being able to interpret law. And I think that they very clearly were able to outline that this does not comply with proper law in the way that things were set out to be. Okay. The lesson to be learned is the Chariot. Things moving forward. This could be the start of other lawsuits and other. It feels like other losses for Trump, because I do believe that this particular lawsuit was brought by 5 small business owners and another group against the tariffs. So they're moving forward. I think they're going to pick up steam, and other people are going to join them. Okay, and the final outcome is the Knight of Pentacles. It's kind of interesting because the Knight of Pentacles is kind of the steady guy. He's you know well, the White House, to answer the question, is the White House going to defy this court order? In this case, I would say yes, and I'll tell you why. I've got the King of Pentacles that sort of started, and I've got the Knight of Pentacles. So the King is the guy that makes the rules and makes the proclamations, and it's up to the Knight to carry it out. So in this case, are they going to defy that court order? Yes, I do believe that they are. They're going to dig their heels in, and they're going to insist that they know what they're doing, and these three judges don't have any power. Is this going to have the effect on appeal that the White House wants? Well, that's going to be the next question: is will it have any effect? Personally, I don't think that it should. The law is the law. The you can't give someone the background to examine laws on the books and to interpret them, and then say, no, that doesn't apply because you don't like their interpretation. That's what they do, and particularly with international court, they're dealing with international law. I think they're probably just a step above, some of the lawyerly folks in the current administration swamp, if you will. All right. So, how will the administration's appeal go? Will it be successful? Let's put it that way. Will the appeal be successful? Gives the cards more of an opportunity to kind of give me a yes or no answer. All right. Will the appeal be successful? And Two of Cups. So, they might get some small measure of satisfaction. The Empress. Okay. And the bottom of the deck, I've got the King of Wands. Let me just pull a few more. In the past, we've got the Queen of Pentacles. I could see the Queen being the administration. Is this okay? I think with the Two of Cups, the administration is going to try to offer something more in the appeal than they currently did. I don't know if legally they can do that. And that kind of ties in with the Empress looks after everybody, and she's the one that kind of protects the small folk and so on. She's also very used to things going her way, so the administration might feel that they have a good chance in having this appeal approved. I don't know with the With the Queen of Pentacles, no, that's in the past. They were, they thought that that was something that they could do in the past. The current situation, no, again, yeah, we've got the Strength card. They really, they they might have believed in the strength of their argument when they went in. I have a feeling that they're not quite as confident going in now. And I think they're going to try to change some of the parameters that they put, as a defense. I think they're going to try to change some of that. Okay, the overarching energy is the Two of Swords. Decisions have to be made. There, it almost feels like they put in the appeal, but it's like they're doing it because they have to. I don't think that they believe quite so much in their stance. Okay, the lesson to be learned is temperance. Yeah, you don't approach things, with that knee-jerk reaction that Trump wants it, so we have to make it happen, which is kind of what how they approach this and using this antiquated law and so on. I think that the court is ultimately going to be making a decision based on facts, based on how things are, not necessarily the way that they would want them or the administration would want them to be. And the okay, the final outcome here, I have the Knight of Cups. Okay, so we've got another messenger here. The Knight of Cups, for those of you that are familiar with how I like to read that card, that reminds me of the lounge lizard, right? The guy that will tell you whatever he thinks you want to hear so he can get your number and, hey, maybe come up to your place for a drink. So I think that the administration is approaching this without really fully believing that they're going to get anything out of it. But they're used to the kind of following orders, right? So Trump wants this appealed. We want to make him happy. So yeah, we're going to go through the motions, but I don't really think that they believe they're going to come out ahead. They're kind of playing really to an audience of one. So I'm not sure. So be interested to know what you guys think, because this is quite something. Finally, people are starting to say no to Trump. People are starting to hold him accountable. There is resistance. There is pushback. There is, the courts are ruling against him. So maybe the things that are coming in June and July, that could be kind of the downfall. Alrighty. I'm going to let you guys go. Thank you so much. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I really would appreciate you doing that. It doesn't cost anything to subscribe. Really, it doesn't. It's free. It just helps get the channel's message out to people who want to hear it. They just don't know who I am and what it is that I do. So help me, help you, help them find me. How's that? All right, everyone. Take care, and I will see you later. Oh, and the next video that I'm going to be doing is on Elon Musk's departure. See you, Elon. All right. Take care, all. Talk later.